everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and just reminding those of you who like the postings to please subscribe. Yesterday I pulled some cards for the eclipse that's happening today, and I didn't have a chance to record it. Events came up that prevented me from doing it. But I kept looking at them and saying, it's like so joyful and it's so positive. And I felt like this morning when I felt I wanted to actually do the recording, I decided to pull the cards again. And they actually came out even more amazing. So I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to read it as I see it. It's not going to be a long reading because I'm just going to just speak from the heart and what I'm receiving here. So the first card that came out is the Nine of Swords, and usually this means processing deep grief, deep sorrow. You know, the way we feel when we've gone through a tower moment where there's been some kind of devastation in our lives, but it came out reverse. So I feel like it's marking the end of that kind of suffering that the eclipse is allowing us to purge and move forward from all the things that have kept us trapped in negativity and resentment, anger, sadness, and grief. And right after that, I got the Chariot, which is this incredible energy of moving forward, of victory, of traveling, of balance, higher help. We're being guided. That our path is, and the journey that we have ahead is being guided by a higher hand. And that everything that you've been through up until this point has been divinely orchestrated, but you're on the other side of it. And the next card is the Ace of Cups, which is auspicious for new beginnings, especially in relation to love, relationships, intimacy. Great card where there's a renewal in terms of emotions, being able to go from the Nine of Swords to the Ace of Cups. That's the kind of transition I believe that the eclipse is bringing. There's so much, it's a card of like celebration, of new beginnings, of joy, of new people, getting together with new people, getting together with old friends or flames. It's just really a beautiful energy to mark the eclipse. And then following that, there's the Sun. And again, this is a return to the childlike wonder, victory. Again, the assistance from the realm of the angels, our guides. Our path is clear. We have everything to be joyful about. We can return to that joy, the way we were as children, joyful and open. And then following that is the world. Is a mastery. To me, the world means self-mastery. That we have the opportunity, based on all the things that we've been through, to really come to a place of self-mastery. All elements are there. All the four elements are there, and we're the fifth element. We're connected victoriously with all our higher guidance, but especially our own divine self. This is a time of integrating the mind and the ego on this dimension with the higher dimensions. Our divine self, our higher self, the oversoul, what I call the divine mind, can now reside and share this experience that we're having. It's like an ascension in a way, an integration and an ascension. And then following that is the Four of Pentacles. And I feel that for those of us who haven't felt secure, we've especially financially secure, that this is a time when we can start to feel that all those creative projects that we started, all the ideas that we had and that we haven't gone into, that if we start to trust our higher guidance, and we're getting a lot of help, the synchronicities are not just coincidences. They're the higher guidance trying to assist us in getting on the right path, to get us on the journey. And it's about doing things that we love. It's about being joyful about our work. And it's giving us financial security as well, which is something that a lot of us are looking for. And then following that is the Two of Cups. This is an auspicious card for divine unions. And it's a beautiful card for twin flames, soulmates. But it's not just about that. This is about getting together with your soulmates, the groups that you resonate to, forming partnerships that are divinely guided. That there are certain people that we're meant to work with, and this is a time where we'll start coming together to forge these beautiful relationships. But it is also about love. It's about a beautiful union with your divine counterpart, which is something that I feel that a lot of us, at least I know in the circle of people that I know, that there's a lot of people looking to find that counterpart. And it's a beautiful card to pull in this spread. And then following that is the Ace of Wands. Again, the energy of movement, of new beginnings, of traveling, of meeting new people, of having higher help. It's kind of like the hand is coming out of the sky, and there's a magic wand that is abundant in leaves. This is the kind of energy that we have right now, that we could manifest. We can manifest in all areas of our life, financially, emotionally, relationships, careers, projects. And then following that is the Page of Cups. This is the message of love, and seeing the three of them together. You see the Two of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Cups. For me, this is an auspicious time for romance, new relationships. That maybe there was someone in the past that wanted to make an offer, wanted to approach their counterpart, and they haven't up until now. That Ace of Wands is there to make sure that whatever obstacles were there in the past are no longer there. Following that is the Two of Wands. Again, a beautiful card that signifies partnerships again. This man's holding the world. There are two wands, and there's stability and abundance all around, and it's about meeting all the right people. Again, it could be that even the divine counterpart in reference to romance and intimacy could also be someone that you could be working with. And whoever you need to meet and come together with is going to be brought to you by the energy of the sun and the world. Everything is divinely orchestrated. So really pay attention to what's coming your way, the synchronicities that you're noticing. Pay attention. And then there's this idea of the Fool, right? Like it's sunny out. She's joyful, childlike, jumping off a cliff. And I feel that that's the kind of energy that we need to have. We need to have a lot of trust and faith that we're finally on the other side of a lot of what's been a lot of the suffering and the purging and the sadness that has come before for a lot of us. And usually when the Fool comes in, it's saying that, yes, you're going to be kind of falling off a precipice or leaping off a precipice, but it's saying it's okay to do it. Now this is especially in the position that it's in, I feel like this is exactly what you need to do, is to trust and take a leap of faith. And then the last card is Judgment. And to me, I look at the angel, and this is exactly, I feel like we are the angels, we are the divinity, it's us awakening. And you see all these people rising and awakening, and it's just an auspicious time of letting go of the third dimension type of thinking, being trapped, feeling alone, feeling abandoned, feeling any negative emotions of resentment, anger, sadness, and being able to really step into the higher dimensions, merging with our higher self, and really starting to live a life, an awakened life. And we have a lot of assistance right now. I just love the cards. They're really quite beautiful. So I know this is a short reading, but it's short, it's sweet and to the point, and I think these are times that we can be very excited about, that if we're still processing sadness, grief, resentment, jealousy, anything that you're processing, just remember that you have the angelic world, your spirit guides, that you are this divine, some of us are like angels having a physical experience. Just remember that you are divinity itself, and that go into your inner world if you have to, meditate, that this is a beautiful time to let go of the past and really look forward to new beginnings. So one of the things I forgot, and I want to add it, is that I pulled from 2 other decks. And from my oracle cards, I got New Love Energy, which is the Ace of Cups. But when I look at it from the oracle cards, to me this is about intimacy. This is about love, relationships. Really an amazing energy right now for unions with divine counterparts. And the second card that flew out of the deck was the 9 of Pentacles. And it's about good fortune. This is like all around. It's about happiness, joy, unions. Can't make the stuff up, right? Like these two cards flew out. And then in Joanna's cards, let's see. I'm trying to see if I can get a better. We got discernment. And it's saying here, you're being asked to discern the true meaning of things. Watch for clues. How is the universe speaking to you? Focus on a questioning perspective to allow you to practice good judgment. And it says, advice, be careful. Step back to see the big picture. See what others often overlook. Take your time. Now it is not the time to leap. Interesting. It's saying to be discerning. So maybe for some of us we need to do that, because we got the Fool, which is telling us we already made the leap. So, but maybe it's always good to have discernment. And then of course we got the Change card, and this one says, we live in constantly moving, evolving flow of life and energy. Change defines a transformation and metamorphosis of life in all its forms: birth, death, life, are all aspects of changes. Most of us fear change, but growth is not possible without it. And the advice here is practice adaptability, cultivate trust in an ever-evolving life. You are safe in the movement of change, and believe me, there's going to be a lot of change happening. So there's need for faith and discernment, because there's going to be a lot of change, fast. We have the Chariot that's telling us it's going to come quick. So the last card is Receive, and it says, the Oracle speaks. It is time to allow the universe and all that is around you to support you. The question is, do you deserve to receive all good things? And advice, are you worthy of receiving goodwill, compassion, success, and generosity? Get comfortable with receiving goodness in your life. Practice receptivity. And I feel that a lot of us have a difficulty with that. And it's getting in the mind frame of feeling abundant, being okay to receive from the universe. So really connect to your divine part. Try to stay in a state of love and positive, harmonious energy so that you can start to receive abundance in your life. Okay, just wanted to make sure I got those cards in the reading.